Hey guys, it's Iggy here. Today we are taking a look at one of my Transformers. This is somewhat a custom, and I think it needs touching up a little bit more, just because I'm playing the game. And ooh, forgot to turn it around. And you know, basically I've had this guy for a while. I customized him a bit just to make him look a bit more accurate. And now I've got the actual game on my Xbox. I got it a couple of days ago, and it's really good actually. I wanted to, I want to touch this guy up. Now, you may be thinking, what the hell's up with the truck mode? There we go, much better. This, storing it on there is just stupid. This is miles better. I like this truck mode. Putting the gun on top, it's just stupid. And this could actually be used as a great base if you've got the DS game, Motormaster, and Ultra Magnus. You could make some pretty good customs with this. You just remove the front and stuff. And what we do, actually, I mean, you just remove the front, remove these pieces, and then do some paint work, And, yeah, so as you can see, his drabby grey has been replaced by a nice silver. He does need touching up some gunmetal here and all that, but all this red is stock. This was, of course, grey, and I painted it silver. I managed to get the black lining in there. Let's focus. There we go. Not everything lines up perfectly. His wheels, are standard, and I kind of prefer the wheels like this rather than diagonal in the game, unless you thrust and they go like this, and then, I kind of like the wheels just nice and flush. Size and scale with my Marvel crossovers Venom. I actually got this guy secondhand, hence why he's missing his doors. Yeah, I will review him though. But when I'm taking him to my college, I'm going to sculpt some doors for him that fit in there, peg in here, and then mold them out of metal, and then cut them on, and maybe make a hinge piece that just does that. Here we go. And this always happens. My wheel likes to sag. This one's nice and tight. This one just does it easy. That one, I have to actually push it out. Now, the instructions don't say this, but these are folded around like that in robot mode. Now, what you can actually do is fold them out, fold them back around, and create backlights. And that is an amazing detail. I think this vehicle mode looks so much better like that. It just looks so much nicer having this all filled out at the back. Although this could be filled, but yeah. So transforming is pretty simple. You flip this up, it is on a double hinge. And take it, pull it up, and give me a sec to just mute my TV, if I can. Mute? Give me one sec. Bloody mute! Oh my god, the remote is a pain in the bum. There we go, reset the battery. What the hell is up with this remote? Give me a sec. Okay, and after nearly losing my mind, I finally got my TV on mute. As I was saying, transformation, just pull this forward. Now, it's on a little slider. Just slide it forward. Then you can go under here, and his rubber mode is pretty much upside down. Take this, squeeze it, and then unplug it, and then attach these. Then what you need to do is fold these pieces like that. They are also on double hinges. Fold them around. And then take these and flip these up. This is quite a complicated transformation, but it was pretty easy. Fold these inward. Like that. Which makes this back section look horrible. Then what you want to do is take this and flip it up. Turn it around. Flip that. Get those lined up, and then flip these back around. And you're thinking that was kind of pointless, but no, it had its reasons. Then what you do is unpeg that and slide it up. It's on this nice double joint, so you get a double jointed knee. Pretty nice. Take these, and then you fold these back and flip these up. And these sometimes like to come out. So just, fold these back, fold these up, take the feet, down toes. Like this. He's going to get pretty tall. And that's where the gun pegs. He has a hole in his crotch. Well done, Hasbro. Well done. Anyway, then what you do, take this and just do that with it. Unpeg it from these wheel guards and then flip these up. And then what you do is you raise this hole. No, you can't actually because these are blocking it. Take these pieces and flip them up. Take the wheels and fold them back. Fold these downward, and then take this assembly, and actually, just give me a sec to get someone to raise the camera, because he's going to get a bit taller. I'm only balancing on my Lord of the Rings thing. There we go. Then what you want to do is take this and just rotate it around. Rotate this piece, not this. This needs to be facing the front, so you don't want to rotate this. You want to rotate this. And then, it would be out like this, slide it in. And then you can fold it up and back. And then what you do is take this, rotate it around. Make sure everything's lined up. Take this and kind of cordon this in. And then that bit right there is going to go into there. So, like that. Fold these in. Turn these down, turn these, flip up the hands. And you're probably noticing all these ports on them. You've got a lot of ports. And then you've got everything all nice and neat. Take that and just peg it back. And what's nice is, like in the game, he has a sort of Autobots logo molded on his back. And that gets covered up by this, which is a shame. And then what you do is you just flip up the head. Yeah, mine's missing a stack. I don't know what happened, honestly. Oh, and unpeg his legs. Now for his gun. To transform this, flip that. And then basically what that does is this is on a little hook. It lets go of this, that flips forward, and that flips down. Now, there's a few things you can do with this gun. You can, 1, have it in his hand. You can, 2, have it on his wrist. 3, you can, if I just do this, fold the wrist in, then peg it back in. You have to take that off, then fold the wrist in, and then push that back in. You can have him with an arm cannon, if you wanted, like in the game. Or, you can peg it into his shoulder. Or you can rotate it around, fold it up, and have him with a shoulder gun. And you can pretty much do it on either side. I kind of like that. But for me, I'm just going to have him hold it. I like it in his arm, actually. It looks pretty cool in his arm. Now, I have painted this guy. So you're probably noticing a lot of these black panel lines. Very obvious. I wanted to kind of give him a more of an in-game look. Again, these legs need a bit more gunmetal. Silver's kind of chipping a bit. I painted this guy like nearly 6 years ago. He's an old custom. He does have Autobot logos there, as you can see. Just focus in here. There you can see him anyway. They're kind of bright. Now, when you get him, these were originally great. And they looked, well, shit. Pardon my French. So what you do is you just paint red there and then carefully paint the black over. I'm going to go over that with some gloss. Now, for his articulation, he has a ball joint at the head. It's not as good as, say, NECA's. It's quite loose, so it vaguely tilts, goes up and a little bit down. It barely does that. It's mainly on that hinge for transformation. But the best thing is rotation. Now, you get a cut joint at the arm, but that cut joint is attached to a hinge. You have a cut joint at the bicep, and you can, if I show you what I mean, it is a cut joint, because look, there's a joint cuts into it where that clips in. Done a lot of research on joints. Out below that cut joint is a hinge. You get a cut joint at the wrist, because if you actually flip this up, it is again the same system. So it's cut joint at the wrist. Waist would articulate, but you'd have to detach all this and it would just make the figure a mess. Ball joint at thighs, forward and back, out to the side, as well as a cut joint at the upper bicep. A double jointed knee. You know. He would be able to use it a bit more. He would be able to utilize it a bit more if it weren't for his bulk. You get a ball joint at the foot as well as a forward and back because the ball joint is on the hinge. We'll just pop it off. See, it's on a hinge. It's probably going to be a pain to peg it back in now. There we go. And then you get a hinge at the toe. So overall for articulation, this figure's got quite a decent amount. Now I'm not expecting him to have double jointed elbows or anything because one, he's a robot. You wouldn't really expect a robot to have double joints. And two, well, I don't know. It just wouldn't be incorporated him. To scale him in with this guy, just give me a sec to transform him. Okay, so here he is. I think Venom is more of a Voyager type figure. I'm not sure. Comparing him with my custom Armada Optimus Prime, who's meant to resemble his Atari video game counterpart, I do a lot of video game stuff. Like video game action figures, like my Five Nights at Freddy's, and other stuff. This guy has 4 ball joints in him. Ball joint shoulders, ball joint elbows. So you get a pretty decent bit of articulation. My movie Dark Moon Megatron custom? They're all customs. Funny that, isn't it? He is definitely the shortest of the 3. I mean, the 4. If you want an even stupider scale, NECA 2014 Gojira. Yeah, Gojira towers him. In fact, Gojira is actually a little bit taller than Venom, which is kind of weird. But yeah, just move all these guys out of the way. And he is drunk. He needs to go home before Megatron whoops his ass. I don't actually have Megatron, and if I did, let me tell you, I would paint the hell out of it. But I have messed around with it. My cousin has one of my family members has a variant of it, and it's pretty nice. I've had a cannon's made out of translucent plastic, and it's snapped in half. Let's just get a look at his head. If it doesn't want to sag down, it's on a loose ball joint. Focus, you. Jesus Christ. Dear, I hate this bloody camera on my phone. There we go, a little bit of trickery. He does have his eyes in there. He did have light piping, but, I painted his eyes. You can probably see in there, like for just... They're like a light blue. You probably can't see it very well. My camera's a bit crap at the moment. But yeah, overall, I think he's worth picking up, and I much prefer this to the Fall of Cybertron figure. That just, I don't know, it's just too weird. It's just too bulky. I mean, I'd have that as Ultra Magnus, but I don't know. I kind of prefer the War for Cybertron DS game version of Ultra Magnus. I don't know. Each to their own, personally. Each to their own. But still, I do like this figure. He is a nice figure, and I'm glad I picked him up. I wish I picked up Bumblebee and Megatron, but instead of picking up those two, I picked up Hunt for the Decepticons Deluxe Class Ironhide, who's very bulky for a deluxe. Let me tell you right now, he is bulky. And if anything, I think he's actually like the best Ironhide figure. The only thing stopping him from being perfect is his size. If he was something like a Voyager class size, he would be perfect. And then there's Ravage, Deep Sea Ravage, who has a much better paint scheme than the standard version, because standard version was black. This version was kind of sea-ish blue with bits of silver and a red eye, which was nice, It was more movie accurate. I mean, the red eye was more movie accurate. I like that version. I still got it. It's squeaky a bit. I mean, it squeaks in one place because I was cut joint at the waist and it squeaks. And because I put it in water. I mean, I was quite young when I got him, so I had him in water and some water got in there. And now, ever since, he's been squeaky. And he annoys the hell out of people. And that was quite a few years back. 6 years ago, I think, when I was about 14, I don't know. But, anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. It's not been much. It's been longer than my custom Nemesis Prime. But yeah, I've enjoyed. I've been, Iggy the Archangel, IGGY, for those of you who don't know how that's spelled. Not IGGIE, IGGY. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.